talk of the hood.
Welcome back to another episode of P Hood Talk. And the streets got something to say. I'm your host, Tony Farrah, aka Mr. P Hood, and this is where we break down real life, real stories, and real economics. The way we live it isn't the way they teach it in some schools. Today, this one right here, this episode is special, y'all. This episode is necessary. This episode is personal, guys. Because when you grow up in the hood, you learn real quick that the economy ain't just about money. It ain't just about inflation, interest rates, or whatever propaganda the news want to try to scare people with nowadays. In the hood, economics is survival. Economics is community. Economics is the people who show up when the system doesn't. And that's why today, we're talking about hood heroes. Not the superheroes on TV, not the folks with capes or superpowers. I'm talking about the real ones, the people who keep the hood alive economically, emotionally, spiritually, even when they're struggling themselves. A hood hero is somebody who protects the community's emotional and financial ecosystem. Somebody who teaches, builds, guides, or holds things together while everything else is unstable. And the crazy part, most of these heroes don't even know they're heroes. They just do what needs to be done. Let's be real. Living in the hood is an economic war zone. Prices go up, resources go down, opportunities get snatched before they even reach our side of town. But somehow, some way, the hood keeps going. The hood keeps surviving. The hood keeps producing brilliance, resilience, and leadership. And it's not because of the system. It's because of the people. The teachers who buy supplies out of their own pockets, the barbers who get free cuts before school starts, the elders who pass down survival strategies that kept generations afloat, the youth leaders who refuse to let the next generation fall through the cracks, the single parents who stretch a dollar so far it should win an Olympic medal. These are the people who we keep the hood alive. These are the people who keep the hood economy moving. These are the people who deserve their flowers. See, when we talk about economics, we always think about the big stuff. Wall Street, the stock market, the government, the banks. But the hood has its own economy, its own ecosystem, its own way of surviving and thriving. And that economy is powered by people. People who don't get awards, people who don't get headlines, people who don't get recognition. But without them, the hood will fall apart. So today, we're shining a light on them. We're honoring the teachers, the mentors, the small business owners, the elders, the youth, the everyday leaders. The ones who kept the hood standing when everything else is falling. Throughout this episode, we'll talk about what a hood hero really is. Not just emotionally, but economically. We're going to talk about how teachers shape future workforce, how barbers and small business owners keep money circulating in the community, how elders pass down financial wisdom that textbooks don't even touch, how youth leaders create new opportunities and break generational cycles, and how everyday people support each other when the system falls short. We're also going to honor the heroes we've lost, the ones who held the community together with love, wisdom, and sacrifice, because their impact didn't leave with them. It lives in us. So, if you're listening right now, I want you to think about one hood hero in your life. The people who helped you survive, the people who taught you something, the people who kept you grounded, the people who kept you going. Because today, we're giving them their flowers. And by the end of this episode, you might realize that you are a hood hero too. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all, let's get into chapter 1 because before we talk youth leaders, before we talk shout out, we gotta talk about the unsung economic heroes. The ones who don't get awards, the ones who don't get headlines or credit, but without them, the hood will collapse like a house with no foundation. See, when you grow up where we grew up, you learn real quick that the economy ain't some big building downtown. It ain't Wall Street, it ain't the stock market, it ain't the government. In the hood, the economy is people. People who show up, people who sacrifice, people who hold the line when everything else is falling apart. Let me start with somebody everybody in the hood know. The barber. Now listen, the barber is more than a haircut. He is the circulator of the hood economy. He's the one who keeps the money bouncing around the neighborhood instead of leaking it out. The one who gives free cuts before school starts because he understands that every kid deserves to walk in the building looking fresh. He's the one who will let you slide if you're short a few dollars because he knows you'll be back. And while he's lining you up, he's giving you game. He's giving you confidence, giving you therapy without calling it therapy. That's economic impact. That's emotional impact. That's a hood hero, y'all. And then you got the single parent. Listen, if we're talking about economic heroes, single parents deserve a whole month. They stretch groceries like they got superpowers. They juggle bills like they're doing financial gymnastics. They work 2 jobs, sometimes 3, and still show up to their kids' games, school nights, and everything in between. They make $1 do backflips, y'all. They make miracles out of thin air. They keep the house running even when the world outside is falling apart. And that's not just survival. That's economic genius. That's resilient. That's a hood hero. Next up, the coach. Now, people don't talk about this enough, but coaches save the hood more money than any politician ever will. Period. Every hour a kid spends at practice is an hour they're not getting pulled into something that costs the community more. Whether jail time, hospital time, or heartbreak time. Coaches keep kids focused. They keep them disciplined. They keep them dreaming. And half the time they're buying equipment out of their own pockets. They're driving kids home. They're feeding kids after practice. That's economic protection. That's community investment. That's a good hero. And then you got the elders, the OGs, the grandmas, the grandpas, the uncles, the aunties, the ones who've been through it all and still got wisdom to pass down. They'll teach you how to stretch $1, how to avoid predatory loans, how to stay disciplined, to build credit, and stay out of trouble. They'll tell you stories that sound simple, but inside those stories are survival math. Inside those stories is generational wealth. Inside those stories is everything the system never taught us. Simple. Elders are the original financial advisor of the hood, and they don't charge a fee. They just want you to listen. And then there's the everyday hero, the glue to the block, the neighbor who watches your kid when you gotta work late, the friend who slides you a couple of dollars when you're on E, the cousin who helps you move without asking you for anything, the coworker who covers your shift when life hits you sideways. These people don't realize they're part of the hood's economic system, but they are. They're the glue. They're the support beams. They're the reason the hood keeps standing. So when we talk about economics in the hood, we're not talking about charts and graphs. We're talking about people. People who show up, who sacrifice, who hold the community together with love, hustle, and heart. These are the unsung economic heroes. And today, we're giving them their flowers. And when you really sit back and look at all these unsung economic heroes, the teachers, the barbers, the single parents, the coaches, the elders, the everyday neighbor, you start to notice something deeper than money, deeper than hustle, deeper than sacrifice. These folks don't just keep the hood running with what they do. They keep the hood running with how they show up. Every one of them holds somebody accountable. Every one of them steps in before somebody falls. Every one of them corrects with love, not shame. Every one keeps somebody from slipping through the cracks. So now that we've honored the people who keep the economy alive, let's talk about the thing that keeps us alive.
P Hood Talks, the talk of the hood.
Fam, let's slow it down for a second because this part right here, this is the heart of the episode. This is the part that separates surviving from growing and growing from thriving. We're talking about community accountability and the kind that's rooted in love, not fear. You know, when people hear the word accountability, they think punishment. They think somebody getting checked, somebody getting embarrassed, somebody getting put on blast. But in our communities, especially where we come from, accountability was never meant to be a weapon. It was meant to be a shield that protects us from ourselves, from our impulses, from the streets, from the consequences we don't always see coming. Think about it. How many times did someone older pull you aside and say, "Little bro, don't do that," or "Sis, you better than that," or "Hey, that move right there, that ain't you." That wasn't control, y'all. That was care. And let's be honest, the delivery matters because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because some folks correct you like they waiting for you to mess up. But the people who really love you, they correct you like they want to see you win. There's a difference between you stupid for doing that and you're smarter than that, and I'm not letting you sell yourself short. One tears you down, the other lifts you up while still holding you accountable. Correcting with care means you're not attacking the person, you're addressing the behavior. It means you're not trying to shame them, you're just trying to save them. But here's the part we don't talk about enough. Accountability ain't just for the youth. It ain't just for the ones still figuring it out. It's for everybody. Parents gotta be accountable for how they show up. Leaders gotta be accountable for how they lead. And friends have to be accountable for how they support. Partners gotta be accountable for how they love. Because a community can't grow if only one side is doing the work. We all gotta be willing to say, yeah, I got some things I need to tighten up on too. And when we start being honest with each other and with ourselves, something powerful happens. We start healing. Healing from the habits we picked up just to survive. Healing from the trauma we never had space to talk about. Healing from the mistakes we made when we didn't know any better. Honesty is uncomfortable, but it's always freeing. It's the moment you stop running from your reflection and start rebuilding it. And that's what accountability really is. Not a confrontation, but a conversation. Not a punishment, but a pathway. Imagine a community where everybody looks out for everybody, where we don't wait until somebody hits rock bottom to step in. We check in before the crisis, not after. That's the culture we're trying to build. A culture where accountability is normal, where it's safe, where it's expected, where it's rooted in love and not fear. And when you build that kind of culture, something shifts. People start feeling seen. People start feeling valued. People start feeling like they matter. Not just when they're doing good, but when they're struggling. Accountability is an investment. It's time, it's patience, it's presence. It's saying, I'm not giving up on you. I'm not walking away from you. I'm not gonna let you fall through the cracks. Because when one person grows, the whole community grows. When one person heals, the whole community heals. When one person gets better, we all get better. So when we talk about accountability today, we're not talking about judgment. We're talking about commitment. Commitment to each other, commitment to growth, commitment to the future we're trying to build. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And if we don't hold each other up, who will? If not you, then who? Now let's keep going, because the next chapter is about what happens when accountability turns into action and action turns into change. Before we get into this chapter, I gotta ask y'all something real quick. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Yeah, I know that was terrible, but stay with me because in this chapter, we're talking about some young people who are outstanding in their fields too. And they ain't made of straw. You know, before we go any further, I want to shine a light on something we don't talk about enough: the youth. Because people talk about what's wrong with young folks, but they don't talk enough about what's right with them. And in communities all over the world, the youth aren't just surviving, they're stepping up, y'all. They're leading, they're creating, they're holding the line in ways grown folks don't always recognize. You got kids out here tutoring younger students after school, not for money, not for credit, not for attention, but because they know what it feels like to struggle. And it's real. And a lot of the spirit gets nurtured in places like the Baton Rouge Youth Coalition, BRYC. That's where students get mentorship, academic support, college prep, and a community that refuses to let them fall through the cracks. BRYC is raising quiet leaders every day, the ones who don't need a spotlight to make an impact, the ones who lead from the back of the room, the ones who lift others while they're still climbing themselves. That's community. That's a young king or queen in the making. And then you got the young entrepreneurs, the kids who start hustles, not to flex, but to help their family. You got girls braiding hair in the living room. You got boys cutting grass all summer long. You got teens selling snacks, doing nails, fixing phones, making t-shirts, shooting videos, all while still trying to pass their classes. And some of them get their start through Young Entrepreneurs Academy of Baton Rouge. That's where they learn how to build a business, pick ideas, manage money, and turn their hustle into something official. These kids are learning economics before they ever take an economics class. They're learning discipline before they ever take a leadership course. They're learning survival before they ever get a chance to breathe. That's brilliant. That's innovation. That's generational shift energy. And then you got the youth activists, the ones organizing food drives, community cleanups, mental health circles, and neighborhood events. A lot of that fire gets sparked in places like Front Yard Bikes, where kids learn how to fix bikes, build skills, and build confidence, all while giving back to their community. That's not just a bike shop, that's a life skills factory. That's a mentorship hub. That's a safe space disguised as a workshop. And then you got the Inspiration Center, where young people find creativity, mentorship, and a place to express themselves without judgment. There are the spaces where future leaders get shaped, where ideas get born, where purpose gets discovered. These young people are building community infrastructures before they even graduate. They're stepping into roles adults used to fill. They're refusing to let their generation be written off. And let's not forget these kids who are fighting battles nobody sees. The ones who wake up in chaos but still show up to school. The ones working late nights to help their families. Or wait, the ones raising siblings. Or the ones dealing with grief, trauma, pressure, and still pushing forward. Some of these young people find refuge in places like Youth Oasis, where they get support, counseling, and a safe space to breathe. A place where they can be kids again, even if it's just for a moment. People love to judge the youth, but they don't know what these kids are carrying. And the fact that they're still standing, still trying, still dreaming, that alone makes them heroes. So when I look at the youth, I don't see a lost generation. I don't see hopelessness. I don't see chaos. I see brilliance. I see resilience. I see innovation. I see leadership. These young people are not waiting for permission to make change. They're not waiting for the system to save them. They're building their own lane, their own opportunities, their own futures. And if we, the adults, step up and support them in a way that they deserve, the world could shift overnight. So to every young person listening, every teen trying to figure life out, every kid who feels unseen or underestimated, you are not the problem. You are the solution. You are the blueprint. You are the future. And whether you know it or not, you're already a hero in somebody's story. Now, let's keep this going, because in the next chapter, we're giving flowers to the people you said help you survive financially, mentally, emotionally. the community shoutouts. All right, look. Before I go any further, I need to say this loud and clear. A lot of us didn't make it because we were strong. We made it because somebody in the hood refused to let us fall apart. Real talk. And we gonna keep it a beat. Half of us survived off other people's prayers, other people's couches, other people's leftovers, other people's wisdom. So this chapter right here, this ain't no soft chapter. This is a hood roll call. A salute to the ones who held the line when the system did. And to really show you what I mean, I want to tell y'all a story. Growing up, I used to hang with my cousins a lot. Or at least I wanted to. We all went to this church, not a fancy kind, not the stained glass kind, but the kind that felt like a safe haven. A place where the door stayed open, the lights stayed on, and the food pantry never judged you. They had a clothes closet, they had meals, they had mentors. They had hope. The kind you could actually touch. And at that time, I wasn't signed up for a mentor or a buddy, as they called it. Didn't think I needed one. Didn't think anybody would want to mentor a kid from where we were from anyway. But my cousin, he got one. This older white man named Dave, full of energy, always moving, always smiling like he knew something we did. He called my cousin Tiger for the long. Now look, we from the trenches. Ain't nobody calling us Tiger. That's weird. That's us. Go ahead. But we didn't know whether to laugh or run, so we just rode with it. But one weekend, after asking, after begging, I finally got to tag along with my cousin and his buddy. And man, let me tell y'all, that first weekend changed everything. After that, I was with them every weekend. It didn't matter what we were doing, riding around, talking, learning. I was there because that man, he became the grounding. He became the grounding I didn't know I needed. He taught me how to drive, literally, after, me sideswiping about 3 or 4 cars, I got it together. And yeah, he taught me how to think. He taught me how to breathe through life when life was choking me out. He even taught me a little survival trick, like how to get rid of nausea with a teaspoon of baking soda and warm water. He'd look at me and say, "Andy, you gotta chug it." I'm like, okay. But yeah, don't worry about it, because he called me Andy for almost a year. And as nasty as that baking soda mix was, I did it, and it worked. It helped me release gas I didn't even know was a problem. But that's the thing. He didn't just fix the nausea. He fixed pieces of us we didn't even know were broken. And after a while, he wasn't just a mentor or a buddy. He was a family. He came to the cookouts. He came to the holidays. He sat at the table with us like he'd been there his whole life. He didn't judge us. He didn't look down on us. He didn't try to save us. He just showed up every weekend, every event, every moment that mattered. And for years, and I mean years, he kept my cousin and me off the street, y'all. He kept us grounded. He kept us focused. He kept us alive. And when he passed, that one hit different. It wasn't just losing a mentor. It was losing a piece of the foundation, a piece of the structure that held our family together, practically. To this day, thinking about him makes me sad, but it also makes me grateful. Grateful that God sent him. Grateful that he saw something in 2 kids from the trenches. Grateful that he stepped in when the streets were calling our name. He didn't have to, but he did. And because of that, I'm here. My cousin's here. We made it. And that's why I say community heroes don't always look like what you expect. Sometimes they're the OG on the block. Sometimes they're the neighbor who feeds everybody. Sometimes they're the coach, the janitor, the bus driver. And sometimes they're an older white man calling 2 kids from the hood Tiger and Andy. Heroes come in all forms. And the hood remembers every single one. So to every person who ever poured into somebody, to every person who ever gave a ride, gave a meal, gave advice, gave love, to every person who ever showed up when it mattered, this chapter is for you. This is a salute. These are your flowers. This is your legacy, because community ain't a place. It's people. And without y'all, there is no us. You know, after everything we talked about, the youth, the mentors, the community heroes, there's one question left on the table. Where do we go from here? Because surviving is one thing, but building is a whole different muscle. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Our community's been in survival mode for so long that we forgot we're allowed to dream. We didn't forgot we allowed to plan. We forgot we allowed to create futures that don't look like our past. The future ain't something we waiting on anymore. It's something we're designing, brick by brick, block by block, kid by kid, story by story. And the shift is already happening. You can feel it. You can see it. You can hear it in the way the youth talk now. They're not asking for your permission. They're asking for opportunity. And when they don't get it, they create it. We got young people learning trades. We got teams launching businesses. We got kids coding, designing, creating content, building brands, and stepping into leadership roles before they even hit 18. We got programs like BRYC, Front Yard Bikes, YEA of Baton Rouge, the Inspiration Center, the Youth Oasis, all raising a generation that's not scared of the world, but ready to shape it. These kids ain't waiting for the system to fix itself. They're building their own system. And let's talk about healing, because the future ain't just about money or success. Cycles of silence, cycles of trauma, cycles of that's just how it is. We got young people going to therapy. We got families having conversations they never had before. We have young men learning how to feel again. We have women learning how to rest again. We have kids learning how to dream again. That's the real revolution. So, what does the future look like for you? It looks like more mentors stepping up, more programs expanding, more youth leading, more families healing, more opportunities created from inside the hood, not outside it. More unity, more purpose, more legacy, y'all. The future looks like us, but stronger, smarter, healthier, more connected, more intentional. And here's the part that matters most. The future ain't one person. It ain't on one program. It ain't on one generation. It's on all of them. Every mentor, every parent, every elder, every teacher, every neighbor, every kid trying to figure life out. We all got a role in this chapter. So as we step into the next phase, I want you to remember something. We come from survival. We come from fighters where you could get the king. We come from builders. We come from people who made a way out of no way. And now it's our turn to make a better way. The future ain't coming. The future is here, I think. And we're gonna write it together regardless of that. Now, let's keep this story going though, y'all, because the next chapter, that's what we talk legacy. Before we get into this chapter, I gotta hit y'all with a quick joke because this one been living in my head rent free. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired. Y'all get it? Too tired? Yeah, I know. That was terrible. But listen, some of us been too tired our whole lives. And we still can't.
I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, isn't that? Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Your existence, and the hood remembers every echo. Now, let's keep this going because chapter 7, that's where we talk about the movement. How all these stories come together and create something bigger than us. You know, after everything we've talked about, the youth, the mentors, the community heroes, the legacy, there's something bigger happening here. Something deeper. Something louder. Something that don't fit in a chapter, a podcast, or even a lifetime. This ain't just a story anymore, y'all. This is a movement. And movements don't start with crowds. They start with people. One person, one moment, one decision to do something different. Every moment in history started with somebody saying, I'm tired. I'm done. Something gotta change. And that's where we are right now. We're tired of losing kids. We're tired of burying potential. We're tired of surviving instead of living. We're tired of waiting for help that ain't coming. So we're building our own help, our own systems, our own support, our own future. And let's be real, the hood been cold for a long time. Cold with struggle, cold with silence, cold with pain. But now we warming up. Every mentor, every program, every kid choosing school over the streets, every parent breaking the cycle, every elder passing down wisdom, every neighbor stepping in, that's heat. That's fire. That's movement. And the biggest sign of movement, we're not asking for permission to dream. We won't ask for permission to lead. And we for damn sure will not ask for permission to heal. And we're not asking for permission to build either. We're just doing it right now, right here, with what we got, with who we got. A movement ain't one person. A movement is a wave. A wave of people who decide they're done watching the world happen to them. And in this moment, everybody got a role. The youth, the innovators, the elders, the wisdom keepers, the mentors, the guides, the parents, the protectors, the programs, the lifelines. The community is the backbone. We all in this together. And when the hood moves together, the world gotta pay attention. This story don't end here. This movement doesn't end here. This mission will not end here because movements don't end. They evolve, they grow, they spread, multiply. And if you're listening to this right now, you're part of it. You're in it, and you're needed. You're necessary. The hood is rising. The youth are rising. The community is rising. And together, we're building something the world ain't ready for. This ain't the end, y'all. This is the beginning. You know, when the mic cuts off, when the lights go down, when the episode ends, there's this quiet moment where you sit with everything you just said, everything you lived, everything you survived, and in that silence, you realize something. This whole time, you weren't just telling the story, you were telling yourself the truth. The truth about where you come from, the truth about who held you down, the truth about the people who stepped in when life was trying to take you out, truth about the youth who are still fighting battles we barely survived, the truth about the mentors who showed up when they didn't have to, the truth about community that raised you even when it was broken, and the truth about the legacy you're building now, one chapter at a time. When you grow up in the trenches, you don't get many quiet moments. Life is loud. Pain is loud. Survival is loud. But when you finally get a moment to breathe, you start to see the beauty in the chaos. You start to see the purpose in the pain. You start to see the lessons and the losses. And you start to understand why you're still here. I think about the people who ain't here anymore. The ones who poured into me. The ones who kept me off the streets. The ones who taught me how to drive, how to think, how to breathe, how to be a man. The people like the mentor who called me and my cousin Tiger and called me Andy. The man who became family, the man who showed up every weekend like clockwork. That man who kept us grounded. That man who kept us alive. He may be gone, but he lives on in every decision I make. Every kid I talk to, every story I tell, every chapter I write. That's legacy, that's immortality, that's love. And if you're listening to this, I want you to understand something real simple. This ain't the end. This isn't the final word. This isn't the last chapter. This is the beginning, the spark, the blueprint, the seed. Because every story you heard in this series, every struggle, every victory, every mentor, every youth, every community hero, it all leads to one truth. We are not done. We have not been defeated. We are not broken. We are becoming. So when the mic goes quiet, when the episode ends, when the credits roll, I hope you walk away with this. You matter. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Your healing matters. Your future matters. And the hood is not a place you escape. It's a place you rise from, a place you build from, a place you carry with you. Not as a burden, but as a badge. This ain't goodbye. This is the echo that keeps going long after the sound fades. This is the epilogue. And the rest, it's up to you. Alright, y'all. That's it for today. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being a part of this journey. Take care of yourself. Take care of your people. And keep the story alive long after this episode fades out. I'm Mr. P. Hood. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, and episode 8, all I can say is this. Everyone has their own story as to what happened that night. But there's a part of the story they don't want us to tell. A corner that no one wants to spin on. A truth that's been sitting in the dark lurking beneath the surface, watching us. Next time, we're not knocking on the door. We kicking it the fucking
P Hood Talks, the talk of the hood.